And he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
Revenge on this team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon comes in. Welcome to 2025.
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Her three right on the money.
Takes his shot for Darby. Look out. Doesn't matter. Touchdown.
Six from Arizona, Julius Muzinga. Lane 7 from ASU, Jordan Grieber. Lane 8 from BYU, Emma Murray-Sakota.
As we go to the halfway mark, it's Lila Lilly from Arizona on the lead, 25-4-4. Second is Grieber, 25-7-7. So a third and second between Lilly and Grieber. Off the wall, those two are still on the lead, but only slightly over Armstrong, Kolar, and Samerska. It looks like Grieber gets there first, 53-04. That's about half a second off the NCAA qualifying standards. Solid swimming. Next up.
In lane 1 from Kansas, Haley Farrell. Lane 2 from BYU, Emily Wagner. Lane 3 from Utah, Casey Joyce. Lane 4 from BYU, Katja Wilson. Lane 5 from Utah, Stephanie Oysen. Lane 6 from University of Kansas, Kelsey Healy. And lane 7 from Utah, Lacey Sturgenberg.
All right, lane 4, that's Tanya Hills, the leader at 26.92 on that. We'll be looking at 57 or so, 57 low, 56 high. Second hole, 23-year-old from Birmingham. She laid it to the wall, touching that. 55 wins 4. Great backhand.
In lane 1 from Kansas, Haley Farrell. Lane 2 from BYU, Emily Wagner. Lane 3 from Utah, Quincy Joyce. Lane 4 from BYU, Katja Hulsey. Lane 5 from Utah, Stephanie Oysen. Lane 6 from University of Kansas, Kelsey Healy. And lane 7 from Utah, Lacey Sturgenberg.
All right, lane 4, that's Katja Hills, the leader at 26.92. On that, we'll be looking at 57 or so, 57 low, 56 high. Second hole, 23-year-old from Birmingham. She laid it to the wall, touching that. 55 wins 4. Great backhand.
Oopsie daisy. What up, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? Happy Monday. Welcome on into Pitchfork Lunch. Yes, I am Michael Caratunino at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter, as you guys know, love, and all that. You can see the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Also, I know I remind you of this, but you can go to the wonderful, wonderful world of IG and check it out there as you just got to go to michael.caratunino.5 and you can totally check it out there. Also, add a dot between first and last name and a .5 and you're all good to go. Plus, check this out. I know I remind you of this, but go to the YouTube channel and watch live. You can watch live on YouTube, yes, and you can also subscribe. Yeah, and subscribe as it so very easy to do, again, because you've missed a plethora of phenomenal con reviews. Oh, I'm sorry. Looking at notes. My bad. That's terrible. I know better. Anyway, but yes, go to YouTube. Again, guys, watch live, but subscribe. Again, you missed a plethora of phenomenal con reviews, whether it be coaches, players, voices, insiders, awesome alum, multiple sports that have been through here, coaches that are alum. So you've missed that too, most definitely. But go to YouTube. Again, watch live, but subscribe. And all you got to do is you see my name, Michael Carrotsunuto, but you can go to YouTube, and then the page is at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005, at MVC005 on YouTube, guys, and subscribe away. Again, at MVC005 and subscribe away. Again, so much there and so much more to come. Again, going to be headed out to swimming this week, which is going to be absolutely awesome, by the way. Very stoked, very, very stoked for that. Getting some interviews on the men's team. Then coming up, we're also going to get some interviews on the women's team as, again, it was just insane. That oh yeah, and the distance racing. Oh my God, Dennis Irvin from the women's swim team. Holy moly, wow. I mean, I'm going to show you a good amount of it because it is phenomenal. We're going to hear from Coach Boehm too after Friday night's Big 12 West Championships, but we're going to get to all that. But again, I digress. Go to YouTube. Again, you see my name, Michael Carrotino. It's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005, and subscribe away because, again, yes, there is a ton. A ton there to subscribe to and check out. But yes, swimming, oh my goodness, guys, the Big 12 West Championships that I talked about last Thursday and Friday, and then it was Friday was 10 and 5, was out there at 5, got some good stuff, and then talked to Coach Boehm afterwards. Saturday at just 10 a.m. But yeah, I mean, it was ASU, the school down south, BYU, Utah, and Kansas. I forget anybody. ASU, U of A, BYU, Utah, Kansas. Yes, I want to say that is all. And yeah, I mean, just some amazing, insane times. The Devils, after Friday, they were first with 609 points. And then Saturday, all of Friday, so morning and then evening, 609 points. And then they ended up taking first and with 891 points. So yeah, just a lot. But yeah, I mean, you look at the Big 12. I mean, the championships. Like, I mean, what they did as a team. Oh, again, absolutely insane. But yeah, I mean, just a lot of just awesomeness, to say the least. That being said, on the men's side, like I said, they got they took first. On the women's side, my friends, they were up top and they were battling with that other school, but they were first with 894 points after Friday, and then Saturday they finished first with 1,443.5 points. So the women absolutely crushing it. I mean, taking first and second in quite a few different events. Again, I will get to results. Absolutely phenomenal. Um, yeah. And like I said, on the men's side, on the women's side, they beat Arizona by. It's about 170 points. Better than Arizona on the men's side. ASU took first, and they were 105 points better than the team down south, BYU, and then Utah. I said on the women's side it was ASU, the team down south, Kansas, Utah, and then BYU. And in diving, which again I didn't see it. I mean, I was watching, but again, just it's going on at the same time. So it pulls you both ways. But watching, shout out to Amaya Wiley, the senior, was first in the 1 meter diving, scoring 257.05 points. Lane Stallworth was third in 3 meter diving with 239.70 points. So that in and of itself is awesome. Johnny Kulo, again, the senior, led the way for the men's 100 free team that delivered a podium sweeping performance. Kulo recorded a time of 41.6. Yeah, let that sit for a second. 41.6. Followed closely by senior Remy Fabiani's 41.73 time, and sophomore Quinn Siders 42.44. Yeah, the 100 free, absolutely awesome. And then Julia Ullman, real quick, in the 200 fly. I'm going to get to recap other sports real quick before we take a break and hear from Coach Payne. But Julia Ullman in the 200 fly, the sophomore, she finished in first with a time of 1:57.04. Ullman's time was trailed by junior Sonia Vaishani, who was second in the 200 fly as well, with a time of 1:59.34, and sophomore Ariel Beltran, who was third at 2:01.81. So, yeah, man, it was and freshman Noah Mudadu earned a first place finish in the men's 1650 free A finals with a time of 15:15.39. Phenomenal. In the women's 1650 free, Alexa Reyna secured the fastest time in the heat, touching the wall in 16:18.07. In her heat, touching the wall. Yeah, 16:18.07. And Arizona native Ryan King took first in his heat B finals, recording a 15:19.88. And Dennis Ertan in the 1650 free. She finished with a time of 16:18.92. She lapped almost the whole field, guys. That is insane to do that. I mean, literally, like, I'll show you some. It was phenomenal. On women's hoops, as you know, Saturday they won. They did beat Kansas, got back in the winning column as they again controlled the game pretty much wire to wire, as they won 67-51, and Eloisa Caeta had 22 points. Gabby Elliott had 20 points. Yes, they were the two leading scorers. McKenna Brackenson scored in the second half. Marley Washington's scored in the second half as well. Got in foul trouble a little early. But yeah, Carrera looked good. Martina Fantini came in on International Day, celebrating international teams. So they get the 67-51 victory, which again, absolutely huge. To improve to, what was it, 17-2 overall? Yeah, 17-2. Overall. Yeah, 17-2 overall, 4-2 in conference play. Awesome, getting the boost there. 11-0, still unblemished at home. Love seeing it. 6-2 away. Obviously, losses at BYU, and then the tough one at TCU. Now they play West Virginia on Wednesday, and Cincinnati on Saturday. So they're pretty much going to be gone this whole week, as they have, like I said, they're going to leave tomorrow for West Virginia, and then play that game Wednesday night, figuring probably head over to Cincinnati that night, or maybe they just stay in West Virginia, head to Cincinnati in the morning on Thursday, and then you have Friday, and then Saturday play the game there. Bam. And then next Wednesday, though, 28th, they are home for Arizona. And yes, the Territorial Cup, I will say that. But yeah, I mean, just to see what they did. I mean, it was the Devils shot. They had a 17-3 run at one point, which again, absolutely huge. They shot 42% from the field. Terrible from three. They took 17. They were 2 for 17, 12%. Kansas, I mean, not that much better. They were 4 for 20, so that's 20%. The Jayhawks 9 for 9 from the line, 100%. The Devils 21 of 25, forcing the issue. Love seeing it. Love seeing that as they force the issue. 21 of 25, though, 84%. I mean, they were shooting 100% at one point in the first half. Like I said, Kaeta with 22 points, Gabby Elliott with 20, and man, Deborah Davenport. We'll probably hear from her tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to get to it today, but I'm going to aim to. Off the bench, 9 points, 4 for 4 from the field, mid-range, 1 for 1 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds. Oh, and she also had 2 blocks. This is a team that had 8 blocks. Washington's had 3. She only had 4 points, but she had 4 points, 5 boards, and 3 blocks. And I want to say 2 steals. But yeah, this team had 8 blocks. Washington's had 3. Kaeta had 2. McKenna Brackens had 1. And Deb Davenport also had 2 blocks. So 9 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks off the bench. I mean, that is the spark. That's the energy. Molly Miller talked about that post game, and just hearing from Davenport too, which we heard from. Going to try to get to that. So, yeah, that was that. The men, hey, I said it would be a tough game in Houston, and guys, it was a tough game in Houston as they were down. It fell to Houston 101-73. And at halftime, though, they were down 56-29. 56-29. I mean, that is a ton of points to give up. But Houston, I mean, if you look at in the first half, they were 50% from three. They took 16. They hit 8 3-pointers. I mean, they shot 55% from the field. But that being said, Houston shot 56% for the game. They were 48% from three, 12 for 25. The Devils, 9 for 25. I mean, yeah, they got behind. They had to take some that weren't all forced, but 36%. But the Devils, hey, they did force the issue. They did draw fouls on Houston, which was awesome to see. They were 20 of 24, 83% from the free throw line on the road. You got to love it. Again, I know it's about winning. But the other side to that is the silver lining is you're on the road and you shoot 83%. You get 24 attempts. Yes, you have a terrible first half, 29 points, but you put up 44 in the second half. Now, I mean, again, 29 points in the first half, like I said, and they shot, it was in the first half, they shot 36%. They were 11 for 30. I mean, they were 40% for three. They were 6 for 15. There was 6 for 15. But man, and I mean, you look at it. Bryce Ford though did have 8 points, as did Noah Musin. Jop was 0 for 3 in the first half, and I mean, played 15 minutes of the 20 and 0 for 3 in the first half. Then you go to the second half, and Jop had 6 points. He was 1 for 2, but then got to the free throw line, was 4 for 4. So he finished with 6 points again, 1 for 5 from the field, but 4 for 4 from the line, 5 rebounds for Masamba Jop. And he, did not have any blocks. They had 2, one from Alan Mukeba and one from Mo Odom. But, I mean, you look at it and turnovers. I mean, the Devils had 17. Coach always talked about that too much. Houston did have 10. Points off turnovers, Devils had 14. Houston off the 10 turnovers had 17 turnovers, had 31 points. Offensive rebounds, Houston had 15. Yes, that is a lot. The Devils did have a lot too. They had 13. And, I mean, rebounding was 33-30 in favor of Houston. So you look at everything, the terrible first half did them in. I mean, not only are you're shooting terribly, but they shoot insane, and they have 56 first half points. I mean, 103-73, you see the score, but I mean, 29 for the Devils in the first half. I mean, that's a team usually scoring 35 or 40. So, yes, if they score 40, that's, 84 points, and they still lose 103-84. I get it. Houston is good. But, yeah, leading scorer was Grabovich, who had 14. Pig Johnson had 12. He shot 50% from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, 1 for 2 from the line. He also had 5 rebounds. So, but yeah, Grabovich had 14. Pig Johnson had 12. Both Noah Musin and Bryce Ford had 10. Santiago Truett had 9, and then Mo Odom had 8. Bench points 30-21 in favor of the Devils. Paint points, they got crushed in the paint, 44-22 in favor of Houston. I mean, again, there are certain stats that you look at, and it means a thing. Coach Rowe, again, now they do have, I will say this, you have West Virginia, again, tough, and it's at home this Wednesday, 7 p.m. Let's get out to DFA. And then they have Cincinnati Saturday at 8 p.m. That's an 8 p.m. Start for Cincinnati on Saturday. And then, and then they go to at UCF again, who, was ranked, is tough, held close with Arizona. But you can win these next 3 games. And for the Devils, who are now 10-8, again, you get to 13-8, you'd be back to 4-4 in conference play. You'd have a 3-game win streak. You'd be 7-3 at home, and 2-4 away. So, I mean, look, it's a stretch. Yes, it is one at a time. But from my standpoint, when I look at it, you need to beat West Virginia. You need to beat Cincinnati. And then you need to take that momentum, go to UCF, and then Territorial Cup back here, Tempe, January 31st, guys. So that is absolutely that. Hey, men's tennis, by the way, 5-0. They've won 5. They're 3-0 at home, 2-0 on neutral sites. But they, let's see, they took on Idaho January 11th. They beat them 7-0, the Vandals. Then they beat Wichita State last Wednesday, the 14th. They beat Wichita State 5-2, and then the New Mexico State 4-0 on the same day. And then this past Sunday on the 18th, they beat UNLV 4-0 and beat Utah State 6-1. Tuesday at 12 at the Whiteman Tennis Center, they will be taking on the University of Texas San Antonio. So guess what? Get on out there on Tuesday at noon. Well, I'll be doing this. Ooh, maybe I'll do it from out there. I think I can. Anyway, thinking out loud. But that's who they have coming up. On the women's side for tennis, they are 2-1 as January 9th through the 11th. They were at the UT Invite. January 17th, they beat UC Davis 4-0. 4-0. And then also it was this past Saturday at 11 a.m. at 4, they beat GCU 4-0. And then yesterday at noon, they took on USC, and they lost 4-3. So that is where they are at. And then the 24th ITA kickoff weekend versus TCU. And that is on the road for them. Yeah, they have TCU and then A&M and Michigan State the 24th and 25th. And then February 7th, they're home for USD. So, again, you can completely check that out. But, hey, we're going to take a quick break. When I get back, we are going to hear from Coach Boehm from swimming. Again, after Friday night, they took first. Friday and Saturday, but we got to catch up with them Friday. We'll hear from Coach Boehm. All that coming up here on Pitchfork Lunch.
Audio Jungle. What are your initial reactions following facing some good competition today?
It was a mixed bag, but overall pretty good. I think it's, good to see the entire team swim all their events in a format that's closer to what Big 12s and NCAAs will be. I think this afternoon, our team did a lot better than this morning. We're going to talk about what we got to do, and they corrected that, so so it was good.
When you have I get split between East and West because we way too many teams, but before the Big 12s, I get it swimming, but it's you don't really want to show your holdback to everybody else, right?
Yeah, I think being our philosophy has always been be as competitive as we can, and we've been going fast time since our first meet, kind of playing our cards the whole time. And I think it's here's the cards we got, try and beat them, and that's something our team's done really well. Because even like the men's 50 free was a really good example where only 4 from our team can swim, and Tolu Young time trialed, but he time trialed in 18.8. and would have gotten second, beat everybody except Ilya. So that internal competition raises our bar, so we just got to constantly put the bar high, and that's the only way we'll keep getting higher.
To piggyback off that, just overall both on both sides, what do you just think of their performance? Like you said, to improve from the morning, but just all day about the performance of the team. Overall, really good, because I think the depth of our team, and again, this is something that's why this format is really good, because we can see our depth a lot clearer rather than a dual meet where if you have just a couple studs line it up, you're doing great, and you don't the not as impactful people's points don't make as big of a difference, but here you get to see everybody.
Talk about Andy. Obviously, you had that really cool moment in the tuna brass. Talk about just kind of what he's not meant to this team, but his performance.
He's the embodiment of what I think our team is and what every recruit wants to be, because he was somebody who, he went 150 today in the 200 breast. Out of high school, he was 206. So he would have gotten last in that race, and then he won by by a lot. So if anybody wants to drop 16 seconds, it's the place. It's the place to come.
Talk about now. What you did today. What are your expectations from today to build on for tomorrow?
It's just continuing to build on that, and the kind of mistakes we made in the morning that we corrected at night. It's okay. We can't regress, and we gotta raise the bar again. So that's really the primary thing for tomorrow.
Touching on that, I had heard you gathered everybody around over there, and you had said that they were only okay and that they needed to be great. What changes did they make that turned them from okay to great in the 5 games?
One of the simplest ones was just the energy that the people on the bench were bringing and helping get some excitement to their teammates. This morning they did a bad job of that, where we had somebody miss a race where it's okay, we're not paying attention at all. So just being dialed into the meet and swimming versus a sport like football where you actually can go in at any moment. It's different because you kind of know and you can be off preparing on your own. But in my opinion, you do a lot better if you're kind of locked in and caring about what other people do. And that's what we just said there, where it's Andy had a great swim first event, and then everybody, it's easy to go to swim faster, and if you weren't paying attention to that, it's not going to help you. So it's kind of just building that team really is the main thing.
And then you have the best men's team in the country, but the women are not the best and trying to get back to being ranked.
Yeah.
What are the different expectations for an event like this?
So it's straight up, the women are very competitive. U of A's got a really good team, so it's kind of a battle with them, and that's a really good thing there. The men, it's kind of what can everybody do and what's the highest level that they can reach. And I guess in reality, we're trying to get both of them to do that. So I think if we're constantly doing that, then the level's just going to be as high as it can be. So it's trying to turn it inward and just, okay, what's the best every single person is capable of doing today, and just doing that.
You've been pretty vocal about different ways that you've been innovating swim meets and trying to find new ideas of what can make the meet more exciting.
Yeah.
Like at this meet, for example, having time trials in between breaks.
Yeah.
Can you talk about those ideas that you've been implementing and how you see them working out throughout this year?
Yeah, it's been really good, because I think there's a pretty simple format that most meets follow, and it's not, in my opinion, that hard to just kind of think about, okay, what we need, where like the time trials, we always have breaks before or right after relays, kind of depending when they are. And it's like, okay, if we just have time trials there, then more people get to swim, and for people watching. And doing it this way, where we had it very compact, where the whole meet was an hour and a half pretty much, is pretty palatable for fans. And I mean, we talked about that for our team, like, hey, everybody can be energetic for an hour and a half. Like, it's pretty easy to do that. So yeah, it was really fun, and just adding things around, like the beer garden here that people are still enjoying, and like the tailgate outside, and just trying to bring more things to make it really feel like a sporting event. In my opinion, people swim faster when that is around them as well. It's just more fun for everybody involved.
Whether it was tonight or that Friday night meet earlier in the year, the crowd has been getting into it.
Yeah.
Very similar to what you were just saying.
Yeah.
Talk about the impact, you know, you just kind of said that people swim faster than that, but
Yeah.
what you've seen this year with the crowd.
Yeah, it's been kind of amazing. I actually think the thing where I was like, oh man, this is super cool, was our January 3rd noon meet with GCU. And it was like, okay, we're not even really going to advertise this because I don't know if anybody's going to be here January 3rd on just a random day at noon. And it was like kind of packed. And it's like, oh wow, we're like creating a culture of really a community that cares about swimming, which is really cool. And again, I think when people come and see Andy get excited and do that, and then they'll read stuff of like, oh wow, that was one of the fastest times in the whole country, and then hear a story about him, and then get invested in it, and that's what I think we ultimately need. And yeah, again, it's cool seeing all these people hanging out because they actually care about it.
Speaking of that culture, I just got one last one.
Yeah.
When you hear the Zona chant, does the Devils chant get louder, or is that in my head?
I think I think they're like, oh my gosh, we got to beat these guys in that as well. So yeah, it's kind of fun to keep it competitive in every possible way.
I know, obviously, like quite a few freshmen on both sides, but just what have you thought about your freshmen to this point, and how, I mean, even they performed today?
Yeah, they've been doing really well. Like Mattia Mauri has been pretty lights out. Like he's starting to see like, okay, he's somebody who can make an impact on an NCAA level. So yeah, they've been asked to keep raising the bar. Like actually called all of them out in the beginning meeting that we had. That's like, okay, this is kind of your time. So I'm excited to see what they can do, because we have an incredible senior class, but it's like more affirming of what the future will look like, where these guys are progressing each and every time.
And there he is. That's Coach Bain, guys. He's absolutely awesome. Love, again, what he's done. Took over after Coach Bowman, who, again, built it back up. But he's an alum coach. Will be out there this week on Thursday, again, talking to some of the guys. Don't know which ones yet, but we'll see. And then possibly next week, guys. But then even after the Arizona meet, there's time. Well, and we're going to talk to the women too. Again, have done absolutely phenomenal. Forks up to swim and dive. We will be out there. But you heard him say, I mean, like these freshmen, wow. And yeah, I mean, there are transfers, but the distance, I'll show it tomorrow. Has not enough time right now, as we got to get running. We got to get out of here. But yeah, I mean, so again, phenomenal weekend. Again, you heard from Coach Bain there. Forks up to men's and women's swim and dive, taking first in the Big 12 West. They have Arizona coming up next. That's the last meet. That's down in Tucson, guys. Get you the date on that so everybody can maybe head down there. Who knows? You know, turn it into, like you said, those chants. Let's turn it into a feeling of a home meet for the Devils down in Tucson. So that's coming up. But again, men's hoops again coming up this week. We'll recap more men's and women's. We'll hear from Coach Miller tomorrow. We'll also hear from Deb Davenport tomorrow as well. And then what else? Yeah. So, and again, just a ton coming up, man. Tennis getting going now. Swimming and diving coming towards their final stretch. But yeah, just absolutely rocking it. The men undefeated. The women, it's been challenging. Like I said, Arizona's got a good team, but yes, between all that, ASU was able to beat them. So the Big 12 West, absolute great success. Like Coach said, great crowd as well too. So, hey, but that's going to do it. Everybody have a phenomenal rest of your Monday. Again, I will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. And yes, as always, thanks to reigning back-to-back Big 12 volleyball, women's volleyball champs, women's volleyball. For reminding me, it is hashtag our state, school down south. That is for you to remember. It is hashtag our state. And yeah, you guys know it. Go Devils. I will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. And yes, at Diablo00 on X, artist known as Twitter. My IG, Michael.Caratanudo.5. Yes, I know you know, but just a quick reminder. And then the YouTube channel, guys, go there, watch live, and subscribe. It's at, go to YouTube, you see my name, but it's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe away. Awesome sauce. So I will see you tomorrow. Again, like I said, same bat time, same bat channel. Have a phenomenal rest of your Monday. I'll see you, like I said, tomorrow for a wonderful, again, Taco Tuesday. Make it a spicy one. And you guys know, go Devils. And as always, transfer portal wrapped up too. We are going to hit that hard tomorrow. Very hard tomorrow too, as well as hearing from the guests. So a packed show, be a little spicy, and we can go from there. But as always, go Devils, and you know it. Forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call, too. Blaine Baker, Plummer will put it up, throws over the middle. Pull, touchdown. Quick flag.
Third down and 5. Levitt swings it to Scadaboo. Scadaboo breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Another touchdown. Scadaboo is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
On this team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025.
Not today. He's going the other way. It's still going back. That's the drag. Walks up and down. Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt 3 right on the money.